Doing well with money has little to do with how smart you actually are. It has everything to do with how you behave in everyday financial situations. Welcome to King's Capital, where we explore the fascinating psychology behind your money. Financial success is not a hard science, it is a very soft skill. In this world, how you act is way more important than what you know. We are taught about money like it is pure math, with strict formulas. But in the real world, people do not make financial decisions on spreadsheets. They make them at the dinner table, driven by ego, pride, and fear. Let us meet our guide, a sharp lion who thought he knew it all. He had the perfect blue suit, but his bank account was completely empty. Why? Because his personal history completely warped his view of money and risk. Every single person has a completely unique perspective on how the economy works. Your personal experiences make up a tiny fraction of total global financial events. Yet, those experiences dictate 80% of how you think the world operates. Someone who grew up in poverty sees risk very differently than a billionaire. Neither person is crazy. They are just playing a completely different financial game. You cannot judge someone else for how they choose to spend their money. We all make choices based on our own unique map of the world. The lion realized his map was outdated, causing him to make terrible investments. He needed to understand the powerful twin forces of luck and hidden risk. Luck and risk are siblings. They are two sides of the exact same coin. Nothing in life is ever as good or as bad as it initially seems. We often attribute our massive success to hard work and pure personal brilliance. But we quietly blame our massive failures on bad luck and unfair circumstances. In reality, both luck and risk play a massive role in every outcome. You must respect the role of chance when looking at highly successful people. Not all wealth is due to hard work, and not all poverty is laziness. The lion learned to stop obsessing over specific individuals and look at broad patterns. Broad patterns offer much better lessons for your own personal wealth building journey. The most dangerous financial trap is the feeling that you never have enough. For many driven people, the goalpost of success keeps moving further and further away. You earn a great salary, but suddenly you want a massive luxury mansion. You get the luxury mansion, but now you desire a private luxury yacht. This endless cycle of desire is fueled by toxic social comparison and ego. Social comparison is an unwinnable game that will always leave you feeling broke. The only way to win is to refuse to play the comparison game entirely. The lion finally learned to define his own unique version of enough money. Enough does not mean settling for less. It means avoiding constant financial regret. If you risk what you need to get what you do not need, you lose. It is a foolish gamble that destroys massive fortunes and ruins happy lives. Let us talk about the most powerful force in the entire financial universe. Compounding is the secret engine that drives almost all massive wealth generation today. Warren Buffett is a billionaire, but his true secret is simply his age. He has been investing consistently since he was a very young little boy. Most of his massive net worth came after his 65th birthday passed. Good investing is not about earning the highest possible return in 1 year. It is about earning pretty good returns that you can sustain for decades. Time is the magic ingredient that turns small savings into massive mountain peaks. The lion started planting tiny financial seeds, knowing they would grow into forests. He stopped looking for quick wins and started thinking in terms of decades. Getting wealthy and staying wealthy require two completely different sets of mental skills. Getting wealthy requires taking risks, being highly optimistic, and putting yourself out there. Staying wealthy requires the exact opposite. It requires extreme humility and deep paranoia. You must constantly fear that your wealth could be taken away very quickly. The lion built a strong fortress to protect his hard-earned golden coins. Survival is the most important foundation of any successful long-term financial strategy. If you get wiped out, you can never let compounding work its magic. You need a wide margin of safety in every single financial decision you make. A margin of safety simply means planning for your plan to go wrong. The future is highly unpredictable, and unexpected disasters will absolutely happen to you. Having cash savings is the ultimate shock absorber for life's crazy bumpy roads. Cash gives you options when the entire financial market goes into a panic. The lion smiled, knowing his emergency fund was a sturdy, unbreakable iron shield. Another huge trap is thinking you will never change your mind over time. We are terrible at predicting what our future selves will actually want tomorrow. The career you loved at 20 might feel like a prison at 40. You must avoid extreme financial commitments that lock you into a single path. Flexibility is one of the most valuable financial assets you can ever own. The lion kept his options open, refusing to chain himself to heavy debts. He realized that true wealth is not about buying fancy cars or watches. People do not actually care about your expensive car or your designer clothes. They only care about using your wealth as a benchmark for their own. The paradox is that wealth is actually the money you do not spend. It is the invisible cars not purchased and the lavish vacations not taken. Rich is current income, but true wealth is hidden, unspent financial energy reserves. The lion learned to value quiet security over loud, flashy, and expensive displays. He stopped trying to look rich and started focusing on actually being wealthy. The highest dividend money pays is the ability to control your own time. Doing what you want, when you want, with who you want is priceless. That is the ultimate definition of financial success in the modern crazy world. Having a small amount of wealth means you can take a few days off. Having more wealth means you can wait for a truly great job offer. Having absolute wealth means you can retire exactly when you truly want to. The lion felt a profound sense of freedom washing over his entire body. He was no longer a stressed out slave to the ringing alarm clock. He had bought his freedom using the incredible power of smart financial psychology. You must also accept that things will go wrong, and that is okay. You can be wrong half the time and still make a massive fortune. A few huge winners will always cover the losses of many small mistakes. Look at massive companies. Their success relies on just a few blockbuster products. The lion stopped agonizing over every tiny loss in his growing stock portfolio. He focused on the long-term trajectory, knowing the big wins would dominate. Pessimism often sounds very smart, but optimism is what actually drives true growth. We are biologically wired to pay more attention to dangerous threats and warnings. But over long periods, human innovation always pushes markets higher and higher upwards. The lion chose to be a rational optimist, believing in long-term progress. He ignored the loud media pundits screaming about the next inevitable market crash. He knew that panicking during a downturn is the fastest way to lose. You must pay the price of admission for investing in the stock market. The price is not dollars. It is volatility, fear, doubt, and deep uncertainty. If you view volatility as a fee, you will never panic and sell. The lion happily paid the fee, knowing the long-term ride was worth it. Ultimately, your financial journey is a deeply personal quest for peace of mind. There is no single correct answer that applies to every single human being. You have to find a strategy that lets you sleep peacefully at night. The lion adjusted his portfolio until his anxiety completely vanished into thin air. He realized that mastering money was really just about mastering his own mind. You do not need to be a math genius to build incredible wealth. You just need to control your ego, stay humble, and be very patient. Let time do the heavy lifting while you focus on living your life. The psychology of money is the ultimate key to unlocking your financial freedom. The lion stood proudly, his blue suit crisp, his financial future completely secure. He had conquered the mental traps that keep so many smart people poor. Now, it is your turn to apply these powerful lessons to your life. Start by defining your own enough and building a sturdy margin of safety. Stop comparing yourself to others and let compounding work its slow, silent magic. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join King's Capital for more deep dives into wealth, business, and winning mindsets. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway from the psychology of money. Stay disciplined, master your mind, and we will see you in the next one.